Frey, I'm here. I gotta say sorry for some of these games, but that's the way it is. Let's go, e4. I want Sicilian and Smith Morra. Let's go there. Nobody wants to accept Smith Morra. Nobody. They just go into the Alapin, one of the main lines, which is not a problem. So let's just kill these guys, no matter how they play. Well, you also have to learn like some of the secrets in this Alapin defense. With the white pieces, you just go with the attack on the king side. I really enjoy these positions no matter what. But this is part of Smith Morra, of course. If they don't want to take on the c3, you can't do anything against that. So you just have to take it like this. If they ever take, you take by pawn, so they can't bring the knight back into the game anymore. On the other hand, you just want to go with bishop d3. That's an important move. And when you play bishop d3, you just want to go queen e4, queen g4. That's the move. You gotta go in these positions. So now I wish I could immediately play that, but I can't. So I first have to go here. If he takes, I'll take. And here there is a famous idea of h4 at some point. Right now I'm threatening queen e4, but he's gonna play knight f5 most likely, exactly. And here you play h4, bishop h4. Knight h4. Let me just develop my bishop on f4. Let me just develop here so I can play this one, threatening check. Okay. And let me just go with knight d4. Idea of knight d4 is when they take, I just want queen to bring onto the king side and to launch the attack. So get ready for something really nice. Once again, this is the Smith Morra. Let's play some music in the rhythm of this position. By the way, for all of you, just to know that very soon I'm gonna start streaming on my own channel, so it's gonna be very interesting. Okay, no big deal. Let me just go with bishop h8. I'm defending knight, and I don't want to take the rook. I want to play h5 and crush the king. I'm not interested in material, guys. We're not interested in that. We want mate. We want mate. We want mate. Repeat that. By the way, I see some knight b5, knight d6 as well. Thank you, man. You just allowed me to do that right now. He wants to trade the queens off. Queen. Oh, am I going to queen h4? Yeah, I'll have to exchange now, and now you just have to go into the endgame. So g3. Let me exchange because now I'm up material. Rook d7, rook on the 7th rank. Take on a7 pawn. Also, I'm limiting this knight because it has nowhere to go. Smith Morra rules, guys. Go here. Play king g2 to play f4. Go. Actually, let me just see how can I take the most of this piece. I guess I have to bring it back somewhere. And knight b5. And knight d6. Now I'm tying up this rook for the defense of this pawn. Okay, it's fine. And check. And going here to threaten g4 mate. And taking by rook. And going with this rook here, and he can't stop rook h4. Smith Morra rules! Never heard of this guy from Peru. So it's time for Smith Morra. Let's go. I like when these guys accept this challenge. Let's go with bishop c4 and let's make castle to complete development. By the way, lately I'm in terrible blitz shape. I don't know why, but I am. For example, queen b3, knight a5. I wouldn't like that one, so I'll go with this one. No, he's gonna play bishop g4. I don't know what's happening with me last couple of days, but certainly my shape is not as good as it used to be like for the last couple of weeks. But okay, it's normal, it happens, you just have to get used to it. So bishop g5. I'm just waiting for him to okay. Creating some weaknesses. This bishop has some very nice potential. That's what I told you. I've been expecting that. I took now here. Queen is under the attack. I'm threatening knight g6. Let me just go with that. And now I'm gonna break with e5 first before taking any concrete action. And he doesn't have a good way. And yeah, this is nice. 17 moves in Smith Morra. Another Smith Morra game. You take here. When they go with this move, you just play bishop e3. If that happens, do nothing. Let me just go with this one. I'm threatening knight e5. Okay. That's even worse for him, because he's just weakened the dark squares. Right? So I'm taking advantage of the dark squares here. Thank you. I'm gladly gonna take it. And here I can take it or on g7. I thought maybe I had something better in that position. Okay, let's go with this. Thank you for the rook. 10 moves win. Very lazy game, you have to admit. So knight f3, and now I'll just offer him to trade the queens off. I'm not even interested if knight b6 wins or not. I just go and attack this queen, and when he plays queen e2, I'll play... Okay, he plays this move. I'll play h3. I keep offering him to trade the queens after queen e4. He doesn't want to do that. Good for him. So I'll go with this move. Check. I'll take on d6. And I'll play bishop e2. And that's it. So, okay. So let me just go with long castles. Rook h to e1. Even bishop d3 could do a good job. This is what happens when the guy played the pre-move, and I just took advantage of that, and now this should be an easy game and win. Am I supposed to take it? b3 should be enough to win the game. Knight g5 as well. Let me just go with this. Okay. Let me just go with knight g5. At the same time, I'm defending the queen. Threatening queen f7 check. I almost blundered the queen. He still has some knight f4, but a knight f4 Okay. I'll place my king into safety. And now it's my turn, finally. Don't forget, he can't move this knight because queen is hanging. Let me just go with bishop c4. He can't touch this pawn. I'm threatening all these pieces, threatening queen f7, and finally this guy is going to resign. With a nice mating pattern. Let's go with Smith Morra. You will like this one. Here you certainly have to play knight f3 to give them still Smith Morra. And now you play a better version of... You play a good version of Alapin defense. So you play d5. If I take on e5 and give bishop e5 check, I believe it's gonna be lost. Can I give check? Bishop d7. Let's go with that. And let me just go with bishop b5, for example. If takes, I'll take by pawn. I'm threatening bishop f4. I can take there for sure. And play long castle. So this wasn't a typical Smith Morra. It was a good version of the Alapin defense in Sicilian, but just like you see, when somebody doesn't want to accept Smith Morra Gambit, this is how you have to play. White is so much better. I have a great initiative there. I'll take it. And do I have a way to sack on e7? Go with d6. This is typical Smith Morra Gambit. Okay, I love this game. d6, of course. By the way, I even see some rook e7, knight d5 tricks. But okay, he's completely lost and my opponent is about to resign every single move. If king f8 I won't... Yeah, nice. Let's go. Smith Morra. When they played this, I don't know what am I supposed to do because they don't want to accept the second. I don't like c4 because it goes to Marazzi type of games. I gotta take by bishop. Play knight f3. Castle. So now I can play c4, but it's not what I wanted to play. Okay, let's go with it. I'll play h3 first. c4. Knight c3. Rook to d1 here to break with e5. Bishop d2. Okay. Knight a4, I can see a hole on b6 that is usually very nice to take advantage of in these positions. b4. I'll play knight b6, knight d5 whenever I like. Controlling everything there. Let me just go knight e5. I'm threatening knight f4 to trap the queen. This would be a nice one. So he has to take it. he has to play bishop d5, I'll play e takes d5. If knight f4, knight f3, g takes, queen g5, I don't have it. Let me just take this. And now I'll play bishop e3, hyper solid. I want to play bishop e6. Here I take by e pawn, so I can get like the pawn majority. I'll push c5. a4. Nothing, I just push these pawns. I want to break with this move. I'm threatening c6, b takes, bishop a6, rook a8, bishop e7, rook a4. Yeah, I believe it works now and I'm winning now. I believe I'm completely winning. Actually, I could have gone with c7 and he resigns, but this is also completely winning it because his knight is trapped. Okay, I mean I can play bishop f3 and to slowly choke this guy, but I also like c7 and b6. And it's time to say, Maya, you're too big, man. Look at these two pawns. Smith Morra against FIDE master from Germany. Flinker. Always bishop c4, always castles. I allowed him to play b5 in previous game. I'm gonna let him do the same again. And this time I'm going to improve it a little bit with the bishop and e3. Actually, I played that last time as well. Play bishop f4. Aha. He came up with this improvement. Okay. Not a big deal, man. Let's just go with hyper aggressive move. So I just want to move my rook to g3 and I'm ready. Moving my bishop to the right place. Another piece included into the attack. Knight f7, queen e6, knight e4. Knight e4 should give me enough. Knight c5. Knight c5. I have knight g5, which looks good enough, threatening on f7. Knight h7, bishop h7, king h7, queen h5. This one, rook g7, king g7, bishop h6. Have I just seen a beautiful checkmate? Let's go, I can't resist here. Let's go with it. I believe I've seen a mating pattern, but maybe I'm missing it. Check. Wait a sec, maybe I don't have to sack rook g7. I mean, I like rook g7 and that should be winning, but what's wrong with queen h6? It's winning as well. Let me see, rook g7, king g7, bishop h6, queen g5, queen f6, queen g5, king g8, queen g4, it's mate, I was right. King h7, I take the rook, bishop here, king g8. But queen h6 wins on the spot. Queen h6 wins on the spot. I see some bishop g5, which looks completely crazy. Bishop g5, because whatever I do and however I take, he's gonna play f6, exactly. Bishop, and now I have to satisfy myself with the draw, huh? I gotta go with this one. And I have to satisfy myself with the draw, unfortunately, after such a beautiful game. Maybe he even has some queen d5. Queen d5, bishop f6 is queen d1 mate. Queen d5, queen g7, king g7. I'm not afraid of this. Queen d5 maybe was because I have this one. And I'm pretty sure that he blundered mate. Woo! This even turned out to be a nice game. Smith Morra. This is a new chess player. Let's go. Knight f3. Bishop c4, Smith Morra. That was my son. He's 6 years old and almost 1500 already. Let's go. Smith Morra like this. And we go with h4. You know that I can't resist to this kind of moves. Let's go. Knight g5. Queen takes h5. He can't take the bishop because of queen f7. I'm just doing the crushing attacks on Smith Morra. I really enjoyed this opening, but the music is lit. f4 and h6. h6. Look at h6. h6, knight e6. Knight f7, king f7, f5. What if f5 immediately? What if f5 immediately? Let's go. All in. You know the way I play chess and the way I treat this Smith Morra Gambit. It's pretty unorthodox type of treating the Gambit. Let me just go here. Take on e6. It's important not to give them to give you check. He went there, okay, king e2. I can't go here because of queen f6. No, that. Takes, I take on e6. I should be winning there. Okay, let's take. And if queen f6, I have knight d5. Look at that trick. Queen f6, knight d5. I like my Smith Morra treatment. I have to be very serious to finish him off. Rook c1. And on queen e7 or queen f6 or queen... Yeah, and now I just have this move. Let me just see. Knight d5, queen here. Knight d5, queen b2, king d1. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. I can't resist. It is going to either be a masterpiece or I'm just going to throw away another nicely played in the winning position. So look at this. He doesn't have any checks. My knights control just everything. I have to take on d6. I see nothing better than that. Going here. Defending. You know that the knight is the best defender of the queen. He has to take. And then I play queen f7. And he can't play rook e8 because of queen c7 mate. And if he goes here... Check, check, check. Where is mate here? Rook c4 is a nice trick. Because he doesn't have checks. I told you, knight is the best defender of the queens, especially important for the Blitz. This one. I gotta take here, I'm threatening rook c8. And there we go. Grandmaster Gallagher and Smith Morra. Let's go with it. And then this knight f6 I played before. The move is bishop f4 to provoke e5. If he takes an f3, queen just captures an f3. I'll play rook to d1. Go with this. I'll take it. Take by rook. Okay. Moving it here. So this is an interesting Smith-Morra position. Especially when you play against the theoretical expert and the guy who wrote too many books about openings. Okay, I'll go here to go rook d7, threatening that rook on a2. Let me just go here. f7 is weak. I'm definitely of opinion that I'm better here. Even though it's the obstacle, the bishop's same material, my bishop is better than his. He's got a weakness on f7. I'm controlling the d file. I gotta be better according to all like positional aspects of the game. I don't know, let me just go with g3 first to solidify myself before I take any action. Rook d8, I have bishop f7. On that one I can play bishop b5, right? Queen d5. Rook b7. Let me just go here, because if he goes into this endgame, he's gonna be forever worse because of the f7 weakness. Bishop d5, it's nice. Now I'll go here. Fine. No matter what he does, there are like a couple of nice examples in literature like this, and what is just better, that's That's a well-known thing. Then I go here, and it's mate. Actually, wait a sec. Did I miss a mate man there? Oh my god. I missed a mate in that position. I won on time, but I missed mate. Bishop f5. I just played g4, man, and it's mate in 2. Look at this, what I missed. Okay, it happens. One more time. If they play d5, then you play a good version of Sicilian Alpine variation. That's the point. You gotta play like this. Play like this. And play this. So I believe this is the killer line. And now I'll play bishop a3. So I won't allow my opponent to castle. If he wants to take, let it be, man. I don't care. Absolutely. I can play bishop d3. I can play queen c2. I prefer a little bit more this move because he can't stop check. Okay. Let me go with this move. If he goes with, yeah, rook f to d1. I wish my dark square bishop was now on this diagonal. So maybe I just have an idea how to... Don't know what am I supposed to do, but definitely this went wrong for me. Let's just go here. He can jump knight b4 because of queen c3. At least one wish fulfilled here. He can take here because of bishop f5. Okay, so at least I got some compensation here. I have these two bishops. And all I need here is just to get rid bishop d7. I just need somehow to find some tactics on this knight. I see some very nice mating nets and pictures here. I'll have to go here because on bishop h3 he's gonna play f5. Well, let's go with that. Even though he goes f5, I'll play rook d6 here. I know that this bishop looks terrible, don't worry. I'll try to, I don't know, I try to place it somewhere, bishop and f1, and to put it back into the game. This queen I have to move. I gotta move the queen. I gotta move the queen. I see some very nice tricks. Okay, I'll go here. He can play that, I believe. Bishop f5, g takes, queen takes, knight d7. Yeah, he can play that. I was absolutely sure that it doesn't work. And this turned out to be a very nice game after all. So now I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back to h3. I like these bishops. I just need to force the queen to move. I'll show you why. Okay. So let me just go here. I'm defending and threatening on d7. I blundered that. I completely blundered this. It doesn't matter even if I'm winning here, but I completely blundered this one. And now I'm just going to ruin one fantastic game. Bishop g4, I'm gonna go. Here I do check and now I'm completely winning. I just ruined one fantastic game. I know that I'm gonna win this, so, but that's not a question. Woo! I almost still made it. So this was a small torture for this guy who didn't want to resign, and finally I won one more game.